Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm going to flip through my beautiful chocolate brown vintage Aurora binder before I switch things up for December. I feel like I used to do this on a regular basis and then I just got out of the habit, or maybe I just didn't write it down in my planner to do so I would forget. But let's just take a minute for this beautiful binder. So this is the Franklin Covey compact size vintage Aurora. This is the chocolate brown color, and this is from 2018. So you can't buy this on their website. They do have a chestnut brown color right now, and it's quite a bit lighter. I don't have one. I didn't buy it because it's too light for me. I get asked whenever I'm in a vintage Aurora or one of my Anna binders, I get asked about them all the time. So I can't stress enough that when Franklin Planner has them on their site, run and get one, because when they sell out, they don't restock. So this was from 2018, then they released a couple in 2022, and then they hadn't released any until this year. So there's no rhyme or reason as far as how long in between, and they don't release the same colors, unfortunately. So this was gifted to me from a dear friend, and I can't thank her enough for giving this to me, because she's one of my favorites. And you know me, I'm more of a pink person, but there's something about this chocolate brown. It's perfect for fall. I was tempted to stay in this binder for the month of December because I love it so much. But my husband made a request for me to move into a different binder for December. So stay till the end, and then I will show you what binder I'll be moving into for December. Okay, so without further ado, let's do a flip. I did film a reel on Instagram, a sped up reel of this. So I thought I'm gonna do a detailed one for YouTube. So in the front pocket here, it has 4 business card holders and then 1 window. And I don't really put anything special in here. Actually, I meant to take these out. I left them in all month. Usually just deco. So these are sterling ink cards that are just so pretty, and I thought that they complemented this binder quite well. In the window, I always have this here, which I got from a Kate Spade purchase many years ago. And I just put it in like this so that I don't see the black window, because I don't often have something in here that is the whole size. See, because I usually put a sterling ink card and it doesn't take up the whole thing. So this just helps to soften it and brighten it up. Okay, this card here, this bookmark, I should say, it's an etched, I don't know if you can see that in the video. It's a clear etched bookmark from Crafty Brina. She is in the UK, and she does these beautiful etched designs. So these are florals, so I just put that right behind there. I like to have the ribbon, there. I can't word right now, apparently. I have some dashboards from her for my half letter as well as for this one. I don't have any in this one right now, but they're really beautiful and really good quality. This reading list card, which is from a shop called The Square Shop. It's Canadian, printed in Toronto. My favorite local stationery store sells these in her shop, and it's Fide-On pens. I've never tried to see if you can buy them straight from the Square Shop. You probably could. Square Shop, yeah, thesquareshop.ca. But I just go to my local store so I don't have to pay shipping, and I buy them. But yeah, I like this. So I just put the books that I'm reading, and then you can rate them, and then I like how that looks peeking out. All right, I made this. This here is from matte laminating sheets. So I laminated that and then put one of these adhesive pockets on it so that I could have something in here. I'm just really into this layered look I've been seeing on the socials lately, and I wanted to create something for my planner. So I have here that I made on Canva. It's daily focus. So this is for real estate. So our top 20% of activities that give us 80% of our results are these 5 items. So I like this to be front and center, the first thing that I see when I open my planner. And then I have this from Hubman Chub Girl. and it's a vinyl sticker. It says, reminder, you've got this. Oh, it's so cute. And I thought, you know what, this is perfect for November is the start of our fiscal year in real estate, where all the activities that we do for November, December set us up for the new year. So this is, you know, a nice reminder as we, you know, November basically is the first month of the year for us, activity and commission wise. So yeah, I love how that looks. And then this jelly dashboard, pocket dashboard, is from Catspresso Co. I've had this for years and years and years, and I don't often use it because it adds bulk to my planner, and I typically have a hard time closing my binder. But because I've downsized my dashboards, my dividers, I'm able to have this in here. So I love it. I have two of these. So I just have one in here right now. These I made on Canva. Some quotes, or this quote here: I will never have this version of me again. Let me slow down and be with her. I love that. And then this here's, in human design, if you're familiar with that. I am a projector, so these are projector reminders as far as protecting my energy and how I make decisions. So I like to have those front and center. And I made them double-sided so that I had something pretty to look at. This is from Jane's Agenda. It came in a subscription box from years ago. I no longer get her subscription boxes, but this is from that, and I just love how that looked layered. It's so pretty. This here is a freebie from my shop. So if you are an email subscriber, you would have gotten this for free. This was the November freebie. I printed mine on photo paper, and I just love how it looks, and I love the deep tones, and I just feel that it's just so perfect for this time of year, but also with the brown binder. So for future freebies, make sure that you are subscribed to our email list. Our Christmas freebie will be coming out in the next day or so. And then this here is from packaging from my Filofax. It's like a felt, it's very thick. And I just love that it added some texture and coziness to my binder. I'm gonna be gluing, if you watch my video on me setting this up, I did try to glue lace on here, but I don't have the right glue. So thank you to those who did message me, letting me know what glue works on fabric. I haven't bought it yet, but I will be. And I'm gonna glue some lace on that. It just, oh, I'm just obsessed with coziness, and which is why I have some lace here. And I have some lace here. And actually I added this from a tea. Oh, I forgot to mention this. I added this from a tea that I had recently. Bring me the sunshine in a cup, a quote from Emily Dickinson. And I love green tea from this brand, Traditional Medicinals. So I just love how that adds to my planner. Just a little pop of color and just the string hanging down. I don't know. I love looking at people's cozy binders and cozy planners on Instagram, so I wanted to make mine cozy. These are some pictures of my hubby and I. That's the second spam call I've gotten since I started filming this. Unreal. Anyways, so this is my husband and I love taking, when the sun is shining just right and with the shadows as the sun is going down, pictures of my hubby and I holding hands. So this is us going for a hike in one of our favorite forests. And then this is us at our cottage watching the moon rise over the lake. And these just bring me so much happiness. So I glued these onto, these are tabs from Avery, or these might even just be no name that I got at a dollar store. And actually these are sticky. So pardon me, I did not glue these. I just stuck them on here and then put holes in them so I could have them in my planner. Love that. So all of these tab dividers I made myself. I'm going to be making them again because I put Avery labels on here and I don't like how this looks. For some reason, I forgot that I had a label maker. So I'm going to be redoing these and I will be filming that. So stay tuned, and I'm going to be labeling them with my label maker. But anyways, I love these because they are so thin. They're transparent, so you can put something behind them and it mutes it. So even if you have something that's bright, it just mutes it. And I love that. And they're so thin. This is from Sterling Ink Vellum, so pretty. And then this is my start to my business plan. So 2024, my glow up year, my vision board on the left, and then my business plan. And I will be, no, so I'm a real estate agent, so this is specific to real estate, but I plan on kind of making a version for people who are not realtors and who just want to have some sort of a guide for their business. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And if you're not a realtor and you would like something like this, what do you want to see in it? Please let me know. I would love some advice on that, because otherwise this is all like last year's activity, right? As far as contacts, leads, appointments booked, appointments held, contracts signed, transactions, gross commission income, and sales volume. And so I put the actual versus what the goal was, and then if I had a deficit or a surplus, and then down here is just breaking it down, right? So I know my numbers based on last year's results, right? So I want to know, like, what's my average commission, what's my average sale price, average show percentage on seller and buyer appointments, and contract signed, and things like that. Basically conversions. Then I do a reflection on the previous year. I've shortened this for this year so that this isn't so bulky. So the one that I did for 2025 is only one page, but so previous year reflection, this was a really good exercise. It really made me reflect. And then based on last year's numbers, plugging in all of my actuals, I figured out my numbers for 2024, right? So this isn't going to benefit you if you're not a realtor. So I don't know for business planning, like if I would even put numbers in any type of calculations. I think that it might just be, I'm not really sure. Anyways, B do have, what's my big why, habits and routines for 2024, my values, my GPS, which stands for what's my one goal for the year, what are the 3 priorities, and 5 strategies for each priority to get me to that goal. So I did 2, one for business growth, one for wellness. Okay, and then my Rolls and Big Rocks, which is a Franklin Planner. If you're part of the Franklin Planner ecosystem, they have this in their starter kit or starter pack that you can purchase. So I made my own because I wanted mine to be just neutral. And then my ideal schedule. Okay, so that's my business plan. And then I get into my quarterly goal planning inserts. I don't know if I haven't mentioned this. I'm sorry if I've just been flipping through and explaining what these are. I made all of my inserts, and I just started a business, Buy Sell Plan Incorporated, and where I'm selling my inserts. Okay, so I'll link that my shop below if you want to check that out. Yeah, but not all of the business stuff I have in there just yet. Quarterly goal planning, I am working on a version if you are not in sales and it's not business related. It'll just have lines here that you can put in your top goals. And then I'm working on a version where it's just sales. So it'll say your sales goals with lines, and you can put whatever your sales goals are. Okay, so yeah, so sorry about that if you were like, where are these from? What is she talking about? These are all stuff that I've made. Okay, so yeah, quarterly goal planning. So with these, I have my goals for the year. So as far as how many contacts, leads, appointments, booked and held, contract signed, and deals that I need to do based on all of the numbers in here, right? Figuring out all my numbers. So then I just transferred over to here so I don't have to refer to this all the time. And then my focus for 2024, and then my top 3 goals. And then it is broken down per quarter. So this is quarter 1, how many, like my activity numbers I need for that quarter, my quarter 1 focus, and then the goals for each quarter and each month. All right, and then I have a divider in here taking me to the current month. So for easy reference. Okay, and this was a freebie for October. I love this so much. Oh, so pretty. So I will be having these, they might be up there now. So any past freebies will be up on my website, but if you're part of our email list, you get them first. Okay, GPS goal planning inserts. So based on my GPS, let me go back to it here. So based on my GPS, like picking something here, let's say it was, so for this one here, it was business growth, and then the priority was GCI. So it would be right here, hit my GCI goal. Okay, and then what's the strategy? Virtual door knocking, and then breaking it down. So this just helps, instead of looking at this every month, right, going, okay, which one am I going to focus on? Then I can bring it to here and I can break it down and then have steps to get to the one strategy. You know what I mean? Okay, and then my business section. Okay, so that first section was goals. Next section is my business. This is from Sterling Ink. This is a vinyl sticker that I got. Did I get this at the planner conference? I don't 100% remember. So I have that on one side. It's a good day to be proud of how far you've come. I feel that we don't focus on that enough, especially if you're an type A personality. So that I need that reminder. And then this is a Sterling Ink sticker I have on the back. I didn't take the backing off of it because it's too pretty to stick down somewhere permanently. I have commitment issues. Same with my vinyl stickers. So I just use them as deco. I do have a couple vinyl stickers on my Stanley. But anyways, I know it doesn't really match my vibe here, but it has orange in it. I feel it's kind of like fall. And it's just something, even though you can't really see this, it's muted, but it is just still something pretty to look at. And then my KPIs, so seller appointments, buyer appointments, social media growth, monthly and quarterly numbers. Again, these are more for real estate agents. If you are a realtor and you're interested in these, let me know. I don't know that I plan on putting it in the shop because it's specific to realtors. We'll see. But some of these I cannot show because I track seller and buyer appointments and I have addresses and names. So let me find something to cover. Okay, so that's what those are, seller and buyer appointments. And then I have my social media trackers. So I have my starting numbers for the year, and then it just shows the trends as the year goes on. And then I have activity tracker, and these are activity trackers too. But so with these here, they're broken down per month, right? It shows actual versus goal. And then if I'm a surplus, if I have a surplus or a deficit, this here has no goals. It's just the numbers. So I do like to see this overview as the year goes on, and it just shows trends, right? You know, starting the year rather, I had 250 contacts, 27 leads, right? So you can see that when I have higher contacts, I have more leads and things like that. So yeah, it does help. But sometimes, like I had 55 contacts here, 8 leads, but my numbers were pretty good. So, you know, it all depends. And then I can go back to that month and go, okay, where did those contacts come from? Were they cold calls? Were they, you know, online leads? Were they, you know, my database, things like that. So that's what this is. And then this is quarterly. So quarter 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then just any notes that I want to put in there for that. Okay. And then I get into meeting notes. This actually should be, that's a mistake. So this is still in my business section. So these are meeting notes. This dashboard here is from Planner Monkey Co. I won a giveaway from her, and I did film a video sharing everything that I got, so I will be posting that soon. I just have to edit it and get it up on YouTube, but I just thought this was too cute to not put in my planner. So I have it at the beginning of my meeting section. Everything is possible, but everything is not necessary. And that is such a good reminder. Such a good reminder. Okay. For anything, not just business, but in general, right? We tend to take on more than we have to. Okay, so these here I made myself. These are just, I don't know, I don't really have a name for them. They're just sort of meeting notes. I wanted something for meetings, specific for meetings, so I can put the topic, highlight the month, and then the day if needed. Sometimes I don't, because it's just any time we have a meeting in that topic, I just keep adding. Like same with this one here, like these are just, so that's May 1st. I don't know if I put any other dates on here, but yeah. So I really like these. Like see, for example, here, these are to-dos. My husband and I doing a brain dump in September on things that we need to do. We probably have done a lot of those because Buy Sell Plan is now a business. These are from Franklin Planner, and they were the gingham, I think is what it's called. These were the half letter size, and I trimmed them down and repunched them to put them in here because they're so pretty. I love them so much. I made a YouTube tracker for myself because I was losing track of, especially on days that I bulk film, what have I put on, what is on YouTube that needs to be published, which ones do I need to do a thumbnail for, etc., etc. And I'm a little bit behind. So I did film the Planner Monkey Co. one, and oh my gosh, I filmed that November 4th. I still need to edit that. Anyways, okay, and then just YouTube ideas for Buy Sell Plan, and yeah, this is all Buy Sell Plan ideas. I've got this leaf paper clip. I do not remember where I got that from. I've had it for years. It may be from Jane's Agenda. It may be from Jane's Agenda. You get lots of cool paper clips in her subscription kits or boxes. This is real estate ideas, just ideas as they come to me. I wanted a spot to write them and then check them off when it happens. And then these are graph, this is graph paper from Franklin Planner. It was half letter size that I just trimmed down since I've moved into the compact binder. Just scratch paper basically. And this is just from an old grid notepad, again, just for scratch paper. And then a couple more pictures in here. There's another one of my hubby and I on the pier holding hands. And then this was at the stationery show in Toronto in February. We went shopping and then we found this. Things are looking up, and I thought that was so cute. So we all, my sister, my friend, and I, we all took a picture with that. Okay, my schedule section. This is an affirmation that I'm really into right now. I can handle what the universe sends my way. My success is inevitable. I am committed to do the things others won't. Everything is working out in my favor. Love that. And I wrote that on, I think this is a cloth and paper transparent sticky note. Okay, and then my hubby and I went out, this is November the 12th. We were out and about and we got a coffee, and we did take some pictures that day. So I put that in here because it's sticky, because I wanted to put it in my memory journal. So that's why that's still there. Just a piece of lace, again, adding that texture and coziness. And then my, from my Sterling Ink subscription, this was from November's subscription kit. Look at how stunning that is. So with the Sterling Ink, you get 2 8.5 by 11 sheets of vellum, and I cut them down and make some pretty dashboards. Oh, so pretty. Okay, and then this is from this is from Sterling Ink as well. And this is just a piece of acetate that I bought off Amazon. I put a business card sticky adhesive pocket, which again, I also got from Amazon. And then I put the monthly sticker in there from my subscription kit. So it's just a quick reference to see what month I'm on. I made this on Canva. I've been asked a lot about me adding this to the shop. The issue is that my planning tasks won't necessarily be your planning tasks. And I don't know how. I was talking to Ryan about this. Ryan's my husband and business partner, and he is the tech guy. He does all the back end stuff. How we would make this fillable so when people download it, they can put their own tasks in. So we're not really sure how to do that. We were thinking of offering this with just lines, and then you could write your own. I don't know. Let me know. If you have some input and some ideas, please let me know. But I love this. This is a game changer for me. It really helps me stay on task so that I don't miss anything in my planning routine. Okay, my year at a glance. I like to put a sticker at the end of each month so that I know what month I'm on, and it just looks cute. So again, I made all of these. These are in my shop right now for 2025, and I have pink and a light gray version for people who prefer neutral. I am working on dashboard, or not dash, yeah, I guess monthly dashboards They're not in the shop yet, but I plan on having those in there before the end of the year. But I made these myself on Canva. I'm not 100% happy with them, so that's why they're not in the shop. So anyways, yeah, so here's my monthlies. Got the master task list on the back. Okay, so at the beginning of what I like about inserts, and the reason I made my own is because a lot of shops don't have this break in between each month. It's literally just month after month after month after month, and I need to have a break, if that makes sense. So I've got a cover page for each month, then I have the month on 2 pages, then the master task list, and then it starts a new month. Instead of not having this and it's just the left side of the next month, you know what I mean? Like where they're all attached. I don't like that. So I like them to be separate. Now for 2025, I have a completely different layout for these. I have a version for if you, like for business, not real estate sales specific, but for business. And then if you still want to set goals, but it's not business related. So I have 2 versions, again in pink and in light gray. So you can check that out on my shop. So they're basically, these are all the same. So I'm just gonna go through these quickly. And then I have a divider for the current month for easy reference. And the tabs that I have on my monthlies are from Sterling Ink. And in the subscription kits every month, you get 4 tabs. So I haven't needed to use all 4 of them. So I've had extra so I could date my monthlies, and I will be doing the same for 2025 because I definitely have enough because I haven't had to use all 4 of them. This is Sterling Ink as well. This comes in the subscription kit. However, if you are a part of her email list, you get these for free each month. And then here are my dailies. So this is the design of what my dailies for 2025 look like. Okay, so I've got light gray and pink. And I, instead of sharpen the saw, because this won't apply to everybody, I put other routines. So then you can just put in your routines, and then I left the work routines blank. Okay, you'll see as I go along, I just have this on the first couple weeks, I believe. So I have a spot for weekly tasks, top follow-up, work routines, personal routines, and this will say other routines. Now, what I have on the shop does not have the weeklies like this. I do have the weeklies separate, but I don't have it laid out like this because I know this is specific to me. So I was careful on trying to add things to the shop that are more neutral for everybody. I don't have these on the shop yet, but I will be having these up soon. These are the weekly compass card. I'm going to be calling them something different because the weekly compass card is trademarked to Franklin Planner. So I can't sell them like this because they're not, it's not my title, you know what I mean? This is inspired. It's not the exact same design as Franklin Planner, but the name of it is. So I will be changing that, but these will be, I don't know if I'm going to call them focus cards or something like that, will be available in the shop. They will not have titles. So you can put your own titles in. Okay, so stay tuned for those. And then again, I have, this is all specific to real estate, so this won't be on the dailies, the weekly recap. Okay, let's see, yep, that still has that. So go along. I like to put oh, my 3rd spam call. I like to put the weather on the top. And when I'm really trying to see how much time I'm spending on business versus personal, I like to highlight. So the green is business, the pink is personal. I don't always do it, but something that I like to do. So here's one here, work routines. I left those blank on the ones I'm selling on the shop because these, I don't know, these are specific to me. Like not everyone's going to be doing lead generation, right? Or lead follow-up or entering statistics. Like, so I'm like, I'm just going to leave that blank and I'll just write them in myself. And that's fine. Instead of making 2 versions, it's a lot of work. So I wanted to neutralize it as best I could. Okay. And same with on the dailies, this spot down here, this won't be on there. So you can put your own activity in. All right, so that's that week, and then this is this week. So I have a divider to take me right to this week so I can get to my weekly tasks and everything else that I'm tracking. Okay. And sometimes I decorate with stickers. I've got some Christmas washi. It's cute. And then I have a today. This takes me to today. So that is the end of my schedule section. And then this is from Sterling Ink. And then this is a to buy and an inbox. I'm thinking of adding these to the shop. Yeah, I probably will. I probably will add these to the shop. I just need to change the color. Now that we've locked down a brand color for the pink and the gray, I'll be fixing those up. And then this here is just from I got it from the dollar store. I just thought it's like scratch paper, something cute to, you know, jot whatever down. I don't necessarily need to keep these, but I just like the fact that it was like a customer order number, and I don't know, it's kind of vintagey. And then TV shows and movies. Oh my gosh, I just noticed I had 2023 on there, but these were for 2024. Wow, I just noticed that today on November the 28th, 2024, that I had 2023. That's hysterical. I ran out, so I needed a new one, so I printed one out. This is legit for 2025, but it's okay. I'll just print out a new one for my 2025. But I do like to keep track of what shows and movies we watch throughout the year and how I liked them, because there's some that I will watch again. So Vampire Diaries is something every year I will start from season 1 and I will watch the whole thing once a year. That's my comfort show. It's my favorite. I absolutely love it. Same with True Blood, although I'm looking and I haven't watched True Blood this year. So I've been kind of getting the itch. Like, I kind of miss the characters and the story. So I probably won't watch it this year because Christmas movies and things like that. We'll see. But yeah, so that's another one I like to watch a lot. Bridgerton, I'll watch again. But as far as that, we watch Yellowstone again because we knew that the last season was coming out in November. So in August, we started from season 1 and watched the whole thing. So good. Oh God, we love that so much. Anyways, so yeah, so this is why I like to keep track. Interview with a Vampire was on AMC. I watched that twice in a row. So good. I've read all the books. I read the very first book when I was 17. I've been a fan of Anne Rice for a very long time. So yeah, as you can tell, I really like vampires. We started watching Sons of Anarchy. We watched the first 2 and we just couldn't do it. I don't know. If you've watched that, let me know. Like, does it get better? Yeah, so anyways, that's that. And then, I don't know, I might include these. These are just habit trackers. So you would just highlight the month and then put in whatever your habit is. This is what I'm doing right now for November. My morning routine, I'm a little bit behind. So I just need to put my stickers in. I've been using these stickers that I got when I was in Nova Scotia, and I just cut them, and yeah, I love bears, so. This is from a subscription kit that I got from Jane's Agenda, Manifestation Journal. This is cloth and paper. It came from a sub. This has been in here all year and I haven't written on it. I'm not sure that I'll keep that for next year. Oh, I just realized I haven't told you what the next section is. So I have it labeled as notes. I'm not sure. Yes, okay. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to be setting things up for 2025, and I'll probably start it in December. So yes, this will be notes/reference, which is why these are notes and reference type stuff that I have in here. And then this here is for me to reference my routine, so morning, evening, and weekly routines. And then I have a bunch of grid note pages that I made just for a space. It's not like pretty or, you know, organized in any particular way, but books to read, quotes that resonate. I really love when I see a good quote. You know how you'll screenshot something on your phone and then it gets lost and you can't find it? So I make a point of sitting down and writing down the quotes and then delete them from my phone. So quotes that resonate, TV and movies to watch, and then a wish list for myself. And then home and cottage, planner shops that I want to check out and possibly purchase from. You know, when I see them in my feed, I'm like, oh, I really like that stuff. And then I made a point of indicating which Canadian, because I'm Canadian. And then planner shop codes, so people who have codes. And then just notes and thoughts. Again, graph paper from Franklin Planner. I just put a cute little sticker in there. I don't remember where that's from. And then brain dump ideas. This is from Happy Planner. I've had it for years and years. And then I decided to cut it down and put it in my planner. So I only have one in here at a time because it's thick paper. And then again, scratch paper. Just, you know, when I'm out and about and I just get a thought, like brain dumping my everyday carry, like what section do I absolutely need? What am I gonna do with my A5, my Filofax? I'm still working that out. And then inserts to make. Yeah, YouTube tips. Anyways, ideas that I have for writing, for making inserts, I'll just, whatever. I have a brain dump notebook that I do that in, but if I don't have that book with me because it's an A5 and I'm out and about and I have an idea, I'll just put it in here. Okay, and then at the back I have these short note pages, and the purpose of this, I think I only have one actually. I did have a few, but I've since used them. And what these are for is, let's say there's a day that I'm taking a lot of notes and I don't want to, like, it's specific to a day. So for example, we had a call with a client and they had done over $100,000 worth of renovations in their house. So we had a call to chat about what they all were. So I wrote everything down as we were on the phone. Obviously we transfer it to the listing, like we make a document to have that in the listing for agents to reference, but this is just like real quick, me while I'm on the phone, writing down everything. So that's specific to a certain day that I chatted with that client, you know? So then I put the date for what day it applies to, and they're short because then you can still see the date of the next day instead of being the full length, and then it can be confusing, like, wait, where am I? So this is, I call it a shorty. Right, and I call them shorties. Make sure we have the shorty inserts, you know, ready to go in the shop, you know, type of thing. But I think in the shop we just call them short line paper or short, I forget the exact name. But so yeah, that's what these are for. So then that way when you're flipping it over, you can still see the date of the insert. So yeah, so usually I have more than one back there just in case. We're entering into the slowest month of the year for real estate, so I'm not too concerned, but definitely come the new year, I will be needing a few of these. Okay, my next section is real estate. I will keep this in here in my 2025 setup. This really comes in handy. I made this. This will be in the shop. This is a fall dashboard that I didn't give as a freebie or didn't put it in the shop because I don't know. Things just move so fast, but I am obsessed with this. I love it so much. So I will be adding it to the shop. I printed it on vellum, but you can print it on paper. So this is all real estate. So this is as I'm in calls or in meetings, because I take my planner with me everywhere. And when clients, or even people who aren't clients, people that I just meet and talk to, and they have questions about the market, I can come right here. And I've got my stats. So this is all real estate statistics. And then when I film my market update videos, it all comes from here. So for example, I just filmed this week, I filmed on November 25th. So I take this out of my planner and I just read off of it and I film my video. It takes me about a half an hour to analyze the stats each week and put them in there, and then I kind of interpret them in my video. So that's what these are. So these are specific to real estate, so I won't have these in the shop because they only apply to me. And then project section. So I'm thinking I'm going to be moving this to my A5, my Filofax for 2025, because I don't know, I'll have more room. This I made as well. And then, yeah, so projects. So this will be in the shop as well. A little bit different of so basically it's master project list. So you can write down here's what I do. I put down the number of the project to help me stay organized. I think this might be a getting things done type thing. I've never read the book, but just from watching YouTube videos, I've learned about it, and I really like the idea of writing down the number of the project, what it is that you want to get done, and then categorize it. Where does it fit? And then once I start working on the project, I put what project number it is. So for example, this one was project number 11. I can go over here and read what was it for, right? What was the project? And then I just check them off as they're done. And then when they're done here, I put a check mark beside it here to indicate that that is done. So this was from a long time ago. So I don't know how accurate all of this is now, especially now that Ryan now that we're a legit business, things have kind of changed, but some of the stuff we are still working with. But anyway, so these will be in the shop. I love that. So yeah, project number goes here. I think, yeah, I did change it. Oh, I see what this is. Okay, never mind. What I did, I have up here, you put your project number, and then you can put what the project is, when it started, and then you can put when it ended, and then the purpose, and then the steps, okay? And then see how it's the same thing on the other side. How I've changed it is I'm putting this on the other side, right? If you have additional steps, because sometimes I run out of room. Sometimes this isn't enough room for me. Sometimes there's a lot more steps. Like here, you can see I started writing them over here because this would be for another project, and it didn't work for my brain. So I thought it makes more sense to have your project and then this on this side so that you have more room to write more steps. Hope that makes sense. Anyways, so that's that, and then just more scratch paper. This I got from the Dollar Tree, and this was an 8.5 by 11 envelope, had a snap, had a black and white one, gingham pattern, and then this pink one. So I cut it down and I made a folder, like a dashboard pocket type thing, punched holes in it. And this is for receipts on the go. And then this is I made this from packaging from a Sterling Ink subscription. I filmed that video. I think it was my November setup video. So I'll be sure to link it in case you would like to see how I made this. And I put beautiful stickers from one of my Happy Planner books, like for fall. And I just love it. So yeah, I just put in here like just note paper. Here's the stickers I use to put stickers on my year at a glance. My stencils. This is an Ollie clip from Cloth and Paper Ollie clip collab in one of the subscription boxes years ago when I used to do the Cloth and Paper subscription box. So that just keeps everything together so they don't slide. Okay, and then of course I glued lace on there. My clear page lifter, this is from Tanya Plans, because Franklin Planner's page lifters are black and I really like the clear aesthetic. So I've got that there. And then this is an adhesive pocket, and I put in an Instax. This is a picture of me and my besties that I put in there. And then on the back, I've got that same picture of my hubby and I watching the moon rise. Okay, I've got my wonderful Design Works ruler. You can go on to Design Works Inc. I'll see if I can link it. I bought this at we have a bookstore here called Indigo. I don't think that they're in the States. And when you're in the checkout and they have all of the things like in the aisle as you're waiting for your turn to check out. And of course it entices you to keep buying more things. So I saw this bullet journal ruler, and it's metal and it's pink. So that's where I got it. And I think I paid $20 for it. I love this thing. I've had it for years. So I don't think they're on Amazon. I think you have to go to their actual website to get it. I'll take a look. If it is on Amazon, I'll send you a link. But if I'll send you a link, I'll put the link below. But if either way, I'll put a link below for you. These are task cards, I guess you would say. They're from a company called Foglietto. If I'm pronouncing that right, they are Italian. And I get them from Fidon Pens. I believe Foglietto closed down where you can't order from them direct anymore, but stationery stores do still carry their stuff. So I'll put the link for Fidon Pens. They have different sizes. If you've been following me for a while, you would have seen my evolution for how I've done my task cards and things like that over the years. But they have the smaller cards, and then they have these bigger cards and different colors. Like there's blue, and there's this nice salmon pink color. There's like a cream color, and there's some with grid. There's some with just lines. There's some that are blank. Like I love these cards. So I just have one back here. On the, you know, the odd time I might get an urge to have something a little fancier to write tasks on. And this is acetate that I glued lace on. Nothing fancy. I got the acetate off of Amazon. And then I just tuck that back here so that I have that lace peeking out. Because the back of your planner can be cute too. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Here's another one of those cards. Here's the other size I was talking about. And here's a cream colored one. So I was going to do some daily planning stuff in here. I didn't, but I don't want to throw the card away. So I'm, you know, I'll find a use for it. But I imagine that means title in Italian. But here is the other size cards. And they have got a blue one and a yellow one. They're just really nice. I really like them. Okay, this pen is Ellington Pens. I love their pens. I have 4 now, and I have a 5th one coming, so stay tuned. I will be doing an unboxing when that one arrives. Canada Post is on strike right now, so they sent it weeks ago. It should be here, but it's Canada Post is on strike. So here are my 4 Ellington pens. Oh, they are so lovely. So yeah, I have a discount code. If you use my code, you get 15% off. It is an affiliate link, so I do get paid a small commission when you make a purchase, which helps me buy more to share with you guys. So these are the Alpine Rose. I have one in medium nib and one in fine. And then this is medium nib, and this is the Ivory Suede. Oh, aren't they just so pretty? And then this is the maple, what is this one called? It's a maple wood. I don't know if it tells you on the case. No, look at the case this came in. Like, oh, I'm obsessed. I've been using this nonstop since I got it. Like none of my other fountain pens are inked. I'm like, okay, for December, I got to use something different. But yeah, so you get 15% off. They have a darker wood and they have this lighter one. I really like the lighter one because I find it is more neutral and kind of looks good with everything. But yeah, it's gold. And this is a fine nib. They all come with cartridges and a converter. I have a video on this as well. My unboxing. Love it so much. Okay, so that's that. And then this here is just a little flower charm that I got from Michael's, nothing special. And then I put it on. This came on an article of clothing, I think, that I got, this clip. So I'm like, I can repurpose that. I'll make a little charm. And I put it on the zipper. I don't have anything in here. I usually have business cards in here, so I need to refill. Let me write that down while it's on my mind. Restock biz cards in planner. So when I'm out and about and I hand my cards out, I have to remember to restock when I get home. Okay, so that is my flip of my detailed tour and flip of my beautiful vintage Aurora. So let's take a look at what I'm moving into for December. I bet you thought I was gonna bring out my pink one. So this is the same binder. This is the Dusty Rose. This was from this past spring. from Franklin Planner. I do believe they still have the Dusty Rose. I'm not 100% sure, but go and check if you like this color. It is stunning. I was in this binder in the summertime and it's so pretty. Oh, spoiler alert, this is the freebie for December that we'll be sending out. Isn't that so cute? So yeah, I'm going to be moving into this binder for December, so stay tuned for that video. I cannot wait to try out like a nice light blue for Christmas. I've never done that. It's always been pink. I think it's always been pink. Have I ever done another color? Yes, I used to have a green Vintage Aurora, which I have sold because it's forest green. It's not my color, but that's what I used to go into for December. But yeah, I'm excited to do the blue. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And then make sure you sign up for our email list to be the first to know when we are doing things in the shop, and then for our freebie that we offer each month. Oh, and by the way, these charms are from Michael's as well. I forgot to show those, didn't I? And they're right at the front. I just put them on a black paper clip. This came in my Jane's Agenda subscription box. So this is Capricorn, because I'm a Capricorn. And then this I thought was a pretty flower for fall. I've gone to Michael's to see if I can find some Christmas charms, and they don't have any. I've gone to 2 different Michael's so far and they don't have any. So I don't know that I'll be having a charm for December, but that's okay. All right, so I'm done for real now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.